It's Madden NFL 24, and our focus is on the Lions' speedy running back. He had a nice effort a week ago with a pair of touchdowns. It's the Lions and the Hawks, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have they're taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Buying time to his left. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Gray. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Being chased out left. Toward the pylon, caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. DJ Dallas to return it from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Boom! Down fighting through tackles. Tyler Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 82 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Here's the 12th overall pick in April's draft, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Oh, look at the juke. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
Well, this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw. Johnson out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. Looking to throw. Gray. Open man right side is St. Brown. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
The Lions at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
It's a gain of 35. Long developing route there on the post corner, but it was worth the wait.
It certainly was. I love the way you described it because you do have to sell the post. Usually a couple of steps towards the middle of the field in order to get the defender to turn his hips, and then he breaks off towards the corner, and off he goes. Well executed.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They toss it out right to Johnson. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Operating from the gun, Gray. He's going to get, Gibbs gets popped and he loses the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Operating from the gun, Gray. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on the shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
They'll roll him out right.
Outright to Smith and Jigba.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Operating from the gun, Johnson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Johnson rolling to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Yeah, it's still early in the football game, and you hate to give away possessions, but instead of forcing something downfield on 3rd down, that was a wise move to just get it to the sideline.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And this will be taken at the 13. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The first down carry here for Johnson. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 31 yards there and a first down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Working with a lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Dallas now to return it from his end zone.
Powering his way forward.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Running right through it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter.
Dallas now to return it from his end zone.
Pass midfield. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing to start the drive. Johnson dancing to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure there was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Flushed out right. Dances by him. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This will be caught just inside the 10. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Johnson, off play action, rolling to his right. Keeps himself upright. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Seahawks are back within a score.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does, because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
On second down, Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
84 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Gray off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be trapped inside his own 5. A very curious decision to bring that one out.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Second and a couple.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he will step out of bounds, but not before he's all the way across the 50. Now, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
He'll buy some time right. It fights him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Johnson. And he's got his target, Harris. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
And that's a heck of a throw right there. He's out of the pocket left, just trying to make something happen. A lot of times these off-balance throws wind up incomplete or worse.
Back now at Ford Field. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Johnson on 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Back to throw. Johnson flush to his right.
Man open downfield. It's Metcalf.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Johnson steps away to his left. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Gray. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Looking to throw. Gray. Eluding the pressure right. There he goes, right side. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Able to power through. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown.
St. Brown seemingly catches everything, including that first down. Brought in 106 passes last season and is tied for the most catches ever in a player's first 2 years. Not sure how he fell to day 3 of the draft, nor is he. And the Lions, they found themselves a franchise receiver.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back.
Here's 1st and goal.
They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going.
Johnson, oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
When we say the game's on the line, I don't think we're overstating it here. These next few plays could very well decide this one. Advantage defense there on 1st and goal as they're able to get in and force the loss on that play.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you get about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Let's go now.
Back to throw is Gray. Throwing on 4th down. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And we've got free football, 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Lions now, they'll get the first crack at things here in overtime as we are back underway. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Back to throw. Gray flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards that time. Off the play fake. Gray steps away. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, partner?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field. Very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution is pretty darn good.
So for the Lions, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.